What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about why a guy pulls away after sex and how long he pulls away after, or how long's appropriate, okay? So before we get started, if you can, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. Also the bell if you want the notification right when my videos come out. If you want not a subscription. If you want a phone session with yours truly, just click the link below. It's in the description. Everyone's asking me, how do I get a phone session with you? In every one of my videos, the link is in the description, okay? So with that being said, let me get out of the way. Here's how I want you to think of it, okay? Here's sex. Sex is a beautiful, beautiful thing, obviously, right? I ain't gonna give you the birds and bees talk. Wait, birds and bees, yeah. But I'm gonna put up here, this is his mind, this is what he's thinking, and then this is your mind, what you usually do or think, and how both ruin the chances of a guy coming back after sex, right? So in this video, I don't want to talk so much about how long. I'll give you an answer, but I don't really think that matters, and or if it did matter, I think it's depicted based on these things I'm about to tell you. So I'm about to tell you 4 main reasons why a guy pulls away after sex, and depending on what it is, how long he's going to pull away. Okay, so first off, we're going to start with your mind, and I'm going to say that the woman changes after sex. Okay, now here's the thing. Now you know this. This is common sense. After sex, people change. It's an intimate thing. Guys think one way, girls think another. Sometimes they think the same, sometimes they're on the same page. Hormones take a role, but a lot of the times after, and this is a big thing that women don't realize, okay? Here's the thing. Women think, okay, I just had sex with him, and for whatever reason, she starts thinking things, she starts getting in her own head and stuff like that. Well, when that happens, the guy kind of can feel it. Maybe sometimes she portrays it or projects it on the guy, and she starts questioning him. She starts acting differently, a little more mushy, a little more clingy, a little more needy. Again, questioning him a lot after, and that kind of changes the dynamics of things, which we'll get into a little bit. But 2 things happen here. The woman thinks 2 things, and one of them's right and one of them's wrong for the most part. Sometimes it's both. But a guy pulls away, okay? And when a guy pulls away, women think it's because of sex. She thinks, oh, all he wanted was to hit and quit it. He pulled away. Stupid me. I knew I shouldn't have gave it up at the first day, first date, second date, third date. How dare me? Oh my God, I'm stupid, right? When that's not the case, I always tell women it truly doesn't matter when you put out, as long as you have the value in the building blocks already established. Like, he's attracted to you, he's addicted to you already. Sometimes you can do that at a first date, sometimes it takes 5, 10 dates, whatever. But I would not wait 10 dates, by the way. But sometimes, it's based on value, how much he sees you as value, how much he's already addicted to you, is he actually looking for really, all those kind of things. So it doesn't matter if you gave it up date 1 or date 5. A guy already knows what he wants with you and if he wants to be with you, okay? So women a lot of times think it's the sex that pushes the guy away, when in reality it's her changes that have a guy question, oh shit, I just kind of I did the wrong thing, right? And you'll see why. I'm going to link this to other things. But most of the time, just to sum it up, a woman thinks it's the sex when a guy realizes it's not the sex. Sex is not why I'm pulling away from you. It's not what I wanted. It's just how you're acting after it, and it freaks me out. So I'm going to pull away. Okay. So with that being said, the second thing is I would say framing. Okay. Now I'll put framing under his, and framing kind of goes with what I was just saying. Okay. When sex happens, obviously it changes the frame. Okay. It makes things more serious. Whether you like it or not, unless it's an absolute one-night stand or friends with benefits and you both ain't going to get attached and you have that agreement and things don't change after, you can keep the frame. But a lot of times sex changes the frame of things. So when his mind automatically goes, again, it's hormones too, right? It happens to both of you. But when his mind starts, or when sex starts to change the framing of what's going on between you guys, like, you know, where you stand, the feeling, all that kind of stuff. That's what framing is. It's the overall picture of you two, not the actions, just the overall picture. It starts to change the frame, and your actions will also dictate that, okay? So if after sex is a temporary change, right? It's not forever. It's a temporary frame change. You just got done having sex. You know how it is when you get done having it. You're just kind of like, oh shit. Sometimes you're like that. Sometimes you're like, it's great, let's do it again. Or, you know, I really like it, let's see where it goes. But we're saying, you know, if he's, worst case scenario, he's pulling away, or he's acting a little different or quiet or something like that, he's in a frame change. And when you start to question him, what's wrong? Is that all you wanted? Are you going to see, oh, or now you're going to go? Is that what, you know, or you start blowing up his phone the next day and things like that, it's going to add some animosity, not animosity, but it's going to add some context to that frame. And it's only going to, again, make it bigger to where now he's really questioning it, because his frame changed, right? His frame will go back. The frame always goes back. And it doesn't always change either. Usually in the beginning, when a guy's not sure what he wants, and the woman comes off strong or a little more eager or interested, he can tell she's really feeling him, and that she kind of wants, if he has a hint that she wants a relationship and he's not really sure of it, and they didn't have the talk beforehand what this is, but then they have sex, yeah, it's going to change the frame. He's going to question it. And then when a woman starts questioning him from it, it's only going to make it bigger and make it worse. Okay, so what I always tell women is, after sex, don't act different. Don't react. Okay, I always tell women reaction is a tell, right? It's a tell, like poker tell. When you react to something, a guy can tell it affected you, and it kind of reveals your intentions. Like, if I make you jealous, I obviously know you like me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be jealous, right? So I always tell women, don't react after it. Just chill, okay? You don't have to text him the next day. If you do, keep it short and simple. Don't overdo it. Let the man have his space. Have fun. You can be without him, okay, right after sex. But a lot of women freak out, and they're like, oh my God, that's all he wanted. I gotta find out if that's what he wanted. Which leads me to the third thing, which is validation. Okay? After sex, people seek validation. The reason guys might pull away, which I can leave this up to here too. The reason a guy might pull away after sex, two reasons. Again, the framing, and or he wants the validation that he did okay. Usually when a guy doesn't text a girl after a date, for example, it's not because the date sucks and you want anything to do with her. A lot of the times my clients will come to me and say, I had a great first date with him, but he's not contacting me the day after. He didn't say anything. Why? And it's validation. When the guy's the one making the effort and trying to win you over, and his job is to provide and satisfy and court you and win you over and things like that, he wants to know he did okay. He wants to know, hey, did I do my job? Did I attract you? That's his job as an organism, is to attract a woman. So he might pull away and seek validation. The same reason, or same way women seek validation through texting. A lot of women won't text a guy in hopes that the guy will reach out to them, because they're thinking, well, if he reaches out to me when I don't reply, or when I don't reach out first or initiate, then he must be interested in me, okay? So validation is another thing. Usually when you validate, you start questioning things again. You get in your head. That might be a reason he pulls away, so you're not going to hear from him for several days after, and things like that. Okay. So, and finally, obviously, the last one is he is a piece of shit. How do you draw shit? How do you guys draw that? Oh, that is horrible. Whatever. Okay. I'm not. Well, don't people go like this or something now? Whatever. Stinky. Make a little fly, bzz, whatever. Okay, he's a piece of shit. Hey, if you didn't have the logistics at hand, meaning you didn't win him over, maybe you met him online, he told you didn't want a relationship, all those things line up, and you still decide to sleep with him, you can't get mad at the guy, right? Now, if he's telling you what you want to hear, he's a piece of shit, like I said. But that's another reason why guys, after sex, don't call you back. But with all this being said, that's just one thing compared to all this. Usually a guy doesn't text a woman back because of these two things right here, framing and validation, framing and a woman changes, which equals to, can you see that over there? Okay, pressure, right? it equals pressure. When a guy feels pressure to be in a relationship, or a woman's pushing him after, again, after something like sex, it freaks them out, okay? Don't pressure a guy. He feels pressure. I always tell women, my clients will come to me and they'll say stuff like, well, I never asked him about a relationship. We don't talk about it. I don't question him. I don't say, where are we going? How do you feel? What is this? What do you want to call us? So why am I pressuring them? Or how am I pressuring them? And a lot of the times I tell them, it's not what you say, it's what you do. Because if you're changing after something like sex, if you're changing after it, and his framing's different, you're more likely to get pressure. And now that I look at this, I'm like, holy shit, how do you guys read it? But there you guys go, okay? If I made that simple enough for you, thank God. At the end of the day, I think a guy should pull away about 3 or 4 days and then reach out to you again. That's to sum it up. I should have said that in the beginning. But there you go. So that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.